So it was such an honor to have my work recognized in that way.
And you didn't win.
I did not win.
But the Dalai Lama won.
Yes.
He got the award.
Yeah, if you're
it was
gonna
great.
lose,
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
great company to be in.
Yes.
Yeah.
He'll be coming out with a new album. Some Republicans have criticized the fact that you were even there, given the sort of hot potato political thing that with Bad Bunny, etc. They didn't think you should be there. In fact, Senator Marsha Blackburn, has called for an investigation into your impartiality. So, you have any response to that?
Well, I mean, when you are in public life, criticism, is part of the job.
Yes.
I'm sure all of you have faced it.
No, we don't get anything.
And another part of the job, actually, my job, is public outreach and education. When the justices are on recess, which is what we are doing right now, we really have an opportunity to go out into the community in various different ways. I was actually in LA because of a moot court that I was doing at around the same time. And it's just so happened that I got nominated for this Grammy, and I was already going to be there. And I thought, this is a great opportunity to highlight my work in this way and to see what's happening at the Grammys.
And you were nominated. Let's not forget the fact that you were nominated.
Yes.
And had no way of knowing what anyone's speech was going to be.
That's right.
I would say Ms. Blackburn is snowflakian.
It's her new word. But Justice, your story is a testament to perseverance and to your parents who grew up in the segregated South.
Yes.
And taught you anything was possible. Now you're sharing that story with teens and young adult readers in the new adaptation of your memoir. Why have you written this edition with them in mind? And what advice would you give to them in terms of perseverance?
Well, when I was a young person, I remember being inspired by people that were around me, by teachers, by my parents, but also public figures that I learned about, like Constance Baker Motley, who was the first African-American woman to be appointed to the federal bench. And so I thought, people have told me that the original version of my book has been very inspiring. And I figured, let's give young people a chance to really understand my story and have something that they can aspire to. And of course, the message of the book is that ordinary people can do extraordinary things. With hard work and diligence, perseverance, optimism. And so I try to say all these things in the book because I really do want to encourage young people to dream big and follow
the group that it can most land on.
I think that's true in a country like this.
Yes.
I don't know if it's true in every country, and let's hope we can keep it.
Well, it's certainly true in this country. I mean, that is my story.
Yes.
Someone who came from Miami, not really knowing what was going to happen, but really having a dream of being a judge and then eventually, hopefully, getting on the Supreme Court. And so I've been very fortunate, fortunate to have this life.
Well, Justice Jackson, in your time on the bench, the Supreme Court's conservative majority has drastically expanded the power of the presidency by limiting the power of lower courts, granting presidents sweeping immunity, and permitting controversial orders. In dissents, and you write many of them, you've called the court's use of emergency shadow rulings as dangerous, and you've written that this administration always wins. When the majority scaled back the power of federal judges, you predicted eventually executive power will become completely uncontainable, and our beloved constitutional republic will be no more. Should Americans take your words and warnings literally and seriously?
Well, what I'd say is that people should understand how the court works and the ability of judges on the court to express their views, especially in dissent. I think it's one of the best parts of the American legal tradition is that we tolerate minority views and freedom of expression. And dissents are an opportunity for the justices who disagree with the majority to really describe their view of the law, but also their concerns. And you're doing so because you are speaking not only to your colleagues and to the parties in a case, but to the American people, to future generations, because you hope that your view will prevail in the long run.
Now, the president's call to nationalize elections and the FBI's recent seizure of 2020 ballots in Fulton County, Georgia, have raised fears about the midterms. And we know you can't weigh in on any of the specifics. I was told that. But do you still have confidence in our courts to defend free and fair elections? I personally am worried about all of it.
Oh, well, I absolutely have
Yeah.
confidence in our courts. It is a part of our system that judges look at the law and that we are bound to support and defend the Constitution. That's our duty.
Yeah.
And our court system is still in operation and judges are doing the work.
Some people say that Citizens United was one of the worst things that the court has ever done.
Well, what I'm heartened by
Even though you
is
were the
I was
dissent.
not. I was.
You were
Well,
not-
I was not
She
on
was
the
not on
court.
the court.
Oh, you
I was
weren't
not on the court for that decision. But what I'm heartened by is the engagement of the American people with our legal system. That's what's important for maintaining the rule of law.
Mhm.
That in a democracy, you have to have people understanding what's going on with the various institutions. To the extent that they disagree, being critical, because that is the way our system works and functions and responds. So, I do have faith in the courts and in the American people.
Yeah.
Me too.